Hello YouTube, it is Chris here. In today's episode we're going to be going over the Elven Tactical Sword by Stonehaven Knifeworks, so stick with me. Welcome back everybody, and thank you for sticking with me. As you can see, this is huge, and I'm going to be very improper right now and show you. This thing takes up my entire table. So, I'll do my best to kind of keep this whole thing in frame. But, without wasting too much time, let's dive right into this. Now, my good friend Tobin Nieto from Stonehaven Knifeworks is local here in San Antonio, but for those of you who do not know who he is from the previous episode for the Viking Sea Axe that he made for me for my Viking series, he was on Forged in Fire. And he was the Season 2 Episode 8 winner, but I don't really want to talk about this much. I want to talk about this. This is just amazing. Now, he let me have a lot of fun and take this massive blade out for a spin, and I wasn't too keen on putting a sword, saber, super mega crazy tactical machete on my channel per se, but what I like about this is it's a 1/4 inch thick. Actually, not even. It's like 3/16 of an inch thick, and it is hand forged out of a single piece of 1084 high carbon steel. He has it Paracord wrapped very nicely, I might add, for a very nice high friction grip. It's nice and comfortable in the hand. This is fully hardened to 57 Rockwell, and it has a beautiful spring temper to it. But what you'll see throughout testing is, even though this thing got just wailed on a bunch of 2x4s and was chopping some tree limbs down, and I'm showing a sample of that footage, it still was slicing paper, and there is absolutely no edge damage, no deformations, no rolling, no nothing to this blade. And to get a really nice blade that is this long, I believe the blade length is 27 inches long, and it is 36 inches in overall length. Usually for a knife of this quality, I would see like, a very highly custom made knife would be astronomical in price. But that's why I like Tobin, because he's about practicality, very high function blades, and well, I don't want to take too much time up. Let's go ahead, jump straight to the test footage, and we'll come back for my final thoughts. Well, the contraption broke, but we got about halfway through in 3 or 4 swings, so I'm not too upset with that. We would have gotten a lot farther if it wouldn't have snapped off, I think. Now, even with the, the breakage under here, this is what I want you guys to see, is when it was chopping in, it was still doing really clean shear cuts. but it was just the absolute, it was just the mass and the force of the sword that was just slamming down on this wood, even though it was slicing and chopping really well and doing really, really clean cuts. It was just too much force for the 2x4, which is why it appeared to have broke off like it got hit with a hammer. Wow, it's still sharp after all that. That's nuts.
That's just really the weight of the blade. I'm not even moving it that much.
Well, oh man, that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that test footage. Now, what amazes me the most is how well this edge held up, and it was still shaving sharp afterwards. That's the most impressive part, is the heat treat and the tempering process is just absolutely superb. Now, I want you to go over this again. I'm going to try to show you in full detail. Nice and slow. There we go. Come on. Focus for me. Beautiful. That's dirt, not rust. I have not cleaned this blade since it was outside earlier today. As you can see, there's nothing wrong with this edge. I'm getting out of focus, I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with this edge at all. This edge is just fine. And there's nothing wrong with the tip, but we didn't do anything to the tip really. We're just doing a lot of cutting and chopping with this. Now I know, as you guys know, I have actually seen him hand make and forge knives before, and he does an excellent job the way he takes care with every single piece of steel that comes through his shop before he sends it out. And the funny thing is this is actually a customer's order. This is physically a customer's order that's already bought. The edges are just going to get cleaned up again beforehand. But this video was basically Q&A testing. This is the kind of rigors he puts his knives through before he even lets it leave the shop. He wants to know that it's not going to break, there's no issues, the grain structure during forging and normalizing and the heat treating process is absolutely on point, there's no twists, no screw ups, no nothing. That's why I like Tobin from Stonehaven Knife Works. This guy puts his heart and soul in every single blade he makes, and I have utmost respect for him for what he does. Now, for some of you guys watching, like, yeah, shut up, how much is it? Okay. We'll get to that. With the Kydex sheath to fully sheath this massive blade that I can't even show it fully in frame. Custom, hand forged, professionally heat treated, spring tempered, beautiful edge holding capability. $360 US shipped. That's insane. That comes with the sheath. Wrapped, done. That's absolutely phenomenal. The thing is, I mean, it's a sword for $360 with a sheath that will outperform any sword in this price class. It swings at just as hard as blades that you would have to pay $800 to up to $3,000 for, depending on the maker and the style, but for a hand-forged sword, that is just absolutely insane. Now, that's enough for the used Carsman sale pitch. I'm going to put all of his links down in the description box below. Big, huge thumbs up to Tobin for making all these blades available for me and my channel to thrash on. So definitely give him some likes and follows to say thank you for all the cool things that he's making for us on this channel and the things that he's just making in general, because that guy is just absolutely phenomenal. But that does it for now. Give this video a big thumbs up if this is the kind of content you want to see. Definitely share this out and subscribe for more awesome blade carnage and testing from custom makers. I have a awesome knife making series down here in my channel. It's called the All-American Knife Maker series, where I am going to be showcasing work and the actual knife making process for makers all over here in the United States, which is absolutely amazing. We need a lot more makers showcased here just in general on the online. So that does it for now. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm out.